So, I am visiting my family in the Highveld, and I'm finishing the socks, finally, for my brother-in-law. I'll show you his cup of coffee, because he doesn't want to be on the video. Go. Is it? Good. So my sister's going to take the phone. Oh no, she's eating a chocolate. I'll give it to the other one. Oh, she can. And I'm going to show you how I'm knitting in the round. And try not to do it. Our sister's going to do the video. So the big thing is, apparently there's a European way of knitting and this and that and continental. Well, I don't know how I knit. I just knit in the round. And then when I get bored, I knit to the other side. So let me show you. So now I'm knitting this way, and then I get bored. And then I go back, because I can.
Everybody can.
Okay, so before I unwrap this, because I've measured this weekend, it's for my brother-in-law for his birthday, it's already passed, and this one was too small, so I had to undo stuff and re-knit a few extra rows up there before I did the toes. And then, if you can see there, the heel was also very short, so I added in some ribbon stitch there, because then it doesn't go through so easily. And I made that part a bit longer. But now I have to unpick this one, and I'm thinking, I'm not going to unpick from the toe and knit there and then unpick from here. I'm just going to unpick there and re-knit this whole part. I'm a bit disappointed, but oh well. I've re-knitted these socks so often, it's not going to be making any difference. And I am playing chicken with the little bit of yarn I've got left over, because just those 8 rows actually took quite a lot of yarn. So I hope I have enough here to actually do the 8 rows on there, but I'll improvise if I have to. And yes, I'm hoping to show you the finished object tonight. Okay, so I've ripped it all back. Let me show you quickly. Now I have half a sock. I'm going to knit up so that it reaches till there. It looks like it is, but it's actually not. And then just re-knit it. But I want to show you, I've got my big boy Sinatra keeping me company. Hello boy. Hello Sion. Hello Sion. Oh, you're watching me. You're watching me. Oh, look at that tail. Oh, must we do stomach scratches? Okay. Still trying to finish this. I've now unraveled most of the heel. It's in a little bowl here somewhere. And I'm knitting it, but I'm being interrupted by this little boy. He's so happy I'm back. Look at that. Oh, Bubbles, is that nice? He just can't get enough of this. And I can't get enough of him. Hey? So the knitting is going slowly, and I need to go and do a prom dress now. The first Saturday of every month, or the second Saturday actually, we have a sewing school, and these are some of the ladies who are sewing with me. We were making some tights and skirts to wear over the tights, so that when you are wearing a long top that's not long enough, that you can still wear your tights and the little skirt peeks out underneath. And it was all made in the same material. The lady on the right, she started 2 years ago for the first time that she touched the sewing machine, and she's actually brilliant at what she's doing. And the lady on the left, she's actually making bags and stuff that she sells on markets. And both of these are such nice students. They actually have come such a far way. While they are busy, I actually sit down and I knit, because if I don't, I interfere with their sewing. And it's not a good teacher if you are trying to do the work for the student. So you actually have to sit back and just talk them through it, and that's what I'm doing here. So they would ask me questions and I would answer and show them and tell them. I try to tell them more than to show them now, because after 2.5 years they should be able to do stuff. I also find that some of the ladies are on the other side of this, not in the video at the moment, but I also find that if you interfere too much, people get offended, not offended, they get dependent on you, and then they don't learn how to do it themselves. Where with these two, they actually are now at a place where they just do it, and they are sewing so nicely. The one on the right actually makes the most beautiful scatter cushions. I'm so proud of them, and it's so nice to be able to teach people. Hello, my name is Katinka. I'm from the Eastern Cape, South Africa. I knit, spin, do a bit of weaving, a bit of crocheting, and I sew. Oh, I forgot I sew. I sew. So anyway, this is now the first time I'm trying to record. The first time the cat got in the way. The second time the phone fell over. No, actually it's the fourth time. Fourth time it didn't record. I was speaking away, telling you about everything, and nothing happened. So, second cup of coffee. It's cold, but I'm going to use the excuse. If you have a podcast, you need coffee. But I want to show you a secret. Oh, coffee. Coffee needs to be black. I don't know if you can see it. And no sugar. The reason being, when I was, I think about 13, I was singing in the choir. And I had a bad tummy bug. Listen, just wait. Let me see if this is recording actually. Yeah, it is. Okay, I won't do this again. Sorry, people. So anyway, I had a bad tummy bug, but I had to be at school because the choir was performing. So the girl that was standing behind me in the choir, she had coffee with milk and sugar that morning. But you know, the cheap type of coffee. So then people's breath smells really funny. And I had this tummy bug, and she was singing over my shoulder, and the smell just came over. And I got so sick. So in the middle of the performance, I had to run out, and I threw up all over the place, and I had to clean it afterwards. It was so disgusting. So since then, I stopped drinking coffee with milk and sugar because I can't stand that smell. You can actually smell on people's breath if they had cheap coffee with milk and sugar. So anyway, this is Nescafe Gold. I used to like making like ground coffee and stuff, like beans, and grind them myself and then make a proper pot of coffee. But I can't drink it so much anymore. My liver sometimes just don't want to. It's not like I'm drinking a lot of, I don't drink really. Sometimes I might have a glass of wine. But sometimes I think just because of stress and of the environment we live in and eating the wrong stuff, our livers are just getting to a point where it says enough. So if I drink really strong coffee and I have one of those days, then I feel quite sick for the rest of the day. So to get in my sugar, I love sugar. I don't believe in wasting sugar in everything like coffee and tea and whatever and cool drinks. If you want sugar, you eat it in chocolate. So the secret of chocolate is chocolate. Also there I'm quite a snob. So this Cadbury's is okay because it's got quite a high content of cacao butter in, but I prefer Lindt or Cotta or that's amazing. So anyway, today it's Cadbury's, and then you dip it in your coffee because it melts the outer layer of the Cadbury's, of the chocolate, and then you put that block in your mouth and you let it melt away and take a sip of coffee. And that's what you do when you knit. You have some chocolate, and you have coffee, and you have your knitting, and you just enjoy the moment. And then with the coffee and the chocolate in your mouth, the chocolate actually melts into your whole mouth, and it's this explosion of chocolate. Oh, it's amazing. I get the cup out of the way. This was a birthday present from my friend 2 years ago. She knows me so well. So I believe friends, when they come to visit, they have to have different cups because each of us is different. Okay, so anyway, she gave me two. She gave me one with plums and one with pears last year for my birthday. This year for my birthday, I'm going to just leave that for now. I need to show you. She gave me this bag. Look at this. Isn't it gorgeous? So anyway, it's called not just the bag. It's 40,000 liters of clean drinking water. So apparently this organization sells these bags to give clean drinking waters to the townships and stuff in our area. Because you know, in South Africa there's quite a lot of like townships. I think in other countries it would be called slums, but they're a bit better than slums, but they're not normal housing. So there's not always clean drinking water. So it's a big thing to actually get clean drinking water to every person in this country. So 100% of proceeds from Cotton On Foundation tote bags goes towards supporting the Cotton On Foundation and our projects. It's not just a fashion fix, so thank you. And there you can see, I hope it is focused, where you can contact them and buy your own. They've got quite a few ones and I just love it. It is so sweet. I'll show you later what's inside of the bag, but for now I just wanted to show you the bag. So anyway, back to my sock knitting. As you can see, my brother-in-law's socks are coming along nicely. I didn't have a lot of time to knit this week. Oh, sorry. I always sneeze. Anyway, but this one is done. It's got, this part is longer. I did the little rib there. I wonder if you can see it. Let me put my hands in there. On the heel, because usually that's where they wear through. So I wanted it to be a bit stronger up there. And then that part is longer. And then I made the rib a bit longer as well. And of course the feet must be longer. So this one, what did I do? Oh, I unpicked it there and I just knitted it up, redid the heel and everything. This one I thought I was very clever, so I just unpicked it. Where did I unpick this one? I can't remember. Oh, I unpicked it. I knitted back, I unpicked it there and I knitted it longer and redid the toes, and then I unpicked a little bit here and I did this ribbing, but it was quite tedious. So, but then when I finished knitting this one, I realized that I made this one, the leg longer, this leg, so now I have to reknit that, but that's okay. It's almost done. So my mission today is to actually finish these socks, because I have news. I'm so excited. My best friend of 22 years is getting married. She's one of those computer geniuses and quite involved in the gaming world and everything. And then she met another computer genius online. And he was involved in other things like programming and stuff. And the two of them started chatting, nothing serious. And then it became a bit more serious. And then last year he said to her he's coming to visit her. And she was quite scared because, you know, you hear all these stories about online stuff. So anyway, he came out and she showed him our country, which is a beautiful country. So they went to the Kruger Park and all over the show. And her whole approach was, if you're on a road trip, you get to know people. So they got to know each other. And now they're getting married. So anyway, they phoned me about 3 weeks ago and they said to me, please, we want you at our wedding. We're not having a big wedding, but we want the people closest to us at this wedding. So I had to run around, sort out visa applications, passport stuff, photos, letters. It's been chaos the last 3 weeks. It's been chaos. So knitting time was very limited. And then in between I still had to finish orders because it's you know, I still had some dresses to finish for the prom season. So that was really interesting. But I heard on Friday that I got the visa and everything is yonky-dory and I'm on my way. So anyway, I had to get a visa appointment. Now, you can't just go and stand in queue and then go to the front. You have to actually make an appointment online. And there were no appointments available. So it was really a case of praying. And last week, Saturday night, I opened that computer to actually go and see, because they told me from the embassy, you have to just go and see every half an hour and see if there's something available and then book it. And I opened it and there was his appointment and I couldn't believe it. But the problem was it was on the same day as my food audit. So on the farm where I do the adult education, I also do food safety. Now, any farm or any product that's supplied to supermarket chains or that gets exported, it needs to be food safety compliant. So there's a few different organizations all over the world, and there's like audits that they do for it. And one of the words that you might hear popping up when you hear about food safety is HACCP. So HACCP is just one leg of it. So there's a few other things that's part of it. But anyway, we call it HACCP. I do the HACCP for the farm. And our audit, our food safety audit, was on the 8th of August. So as this thing came up, I messaged the guy who I do the audit with usually. And I said to him, listen, you're going to have to present this audit because I'm not, can I please go? You know, it's the only thing I can get. The next appointment is for the 30th of September. I need to be at the wedding on the 2nd of September. And there's just not enough time. So he said, no, it's fine. As long as I put everything in place, he'll do it. So then I had to contact my boss. So I messaged her and I said, may I please phone you because it's after hours, I understand that. And I spoke to her and she said, as long as he's okay, she's okay. So from last Saturday, I had to organize tickets to go to Cape Town because the interview is in Cape Town. I did that. I got to the interview on time after getting lost completely. At one stage, it was quite funny. I'm crying because now I only have this one moment. It's like 10:15. That's my appointment. There's no way of getting another appointment. So now I'm lost. I've been lost for an hour, and I'm stopping at this petrol station. And there's these guys in, I think they were security guys, like in with guns and bulletproof vest and stuff. And I'm stopping next to them, crying my eyes. I'm like, oh, I've been lost for an hour and I can't get the embassy. And this one guy looked at me and said, oh, honey, it's not going to happen. You're not going to get there. And then the other guy said, no, wait. I'm going to show you a road. So he told me, go straight down this road. Then you go to the circle. It's far, but go. When you get to the circle, turn right, go straight until this road goes. Don't go anymore, turn left, go straight, and you will see it in front of you. And you know what? It took me 15 minutes, and I was still 15 minutes early for my thing. So it was really just the answer to prayer. So I got to the interview, and everything went fine. And then afterwards, my sister lives in Cape Town, so I spent time with her, and my aunt, and my cousin, and it was so awesome because it was my cousin's birthday. So, yeah, when we all get together, it gets quite rowdy, so we had quite a lot of fun there. And then I came back on Wednesday afternoon, because Wednesday was a public holiday. We have Women's Day in South Africa. And on Thursday, I was back to work. And Friday, I usually don't work on Fridays, but Friday I had to work because my students are writing exams, and some of them have just finished their grants, and because my students we have to pay a levy to some government organization, and then you get some of that levy back to pay for your students for their education. So, but to get that levy, it takes forever to actually organize it. So I've got like, it's about per student, it's about 30 pages to fill in. So it's really a lot of work. But anyway, so I did that on Friday. Went to buy the ticket, and so Friday night I did some orders. Saturday I did orders, and Saturday I had my sewing school. There will be a little video clip of the sewing school while I'm knitting these socks. And then today, this morning, I saw, I made a little flower girl dress, which she came to fit, and some pants for a wedding, and they came to fit. So it's just been really, really busy. But I try on a Sunday to really just take time out. Now, for me, knitting is time out. When I knit, it's like my brain just doesn't think. I think about the knitting, and I think about the outside that's cold and windy and cloudy and not raining, which is very disconcerting because we are having one of the worst droughts ever. I've spoken to a farmer of this area, and he said he's never seen it like this. It's actually scary. Some of the cattle are actually dying at the moment. And we haven't had proper rain for 3 years. Every year it's just a little bit less and a little bit less, and this year has been really bad. So we are really praying for rain, not just for us, also for the rest of the country. Some parts are okay, but like Cape Town is really bad, and PE, Port Elizabeth, is really bad. So we really need some rain soon, or the summer is going to be hectic. So anyway, I would sit here and knit and look out of the window and think all these things, and I won't think about all the other things I usually think about. Because unfortunately for me, I'm a thinker. It's not good, because it makes you tired some days. But that's a story for another day. So anyway, I try on a Sunday to take time out to just sit and knit. Because knitting to me is my way of clearing my mind. And I just love it. So like I said before, I used to knit extremely fast, but it's not so fast anymore because I'm actually really trying to force myself to enjoy the moment. So this is the socks. Let's measure them. They look almost long enough, but I'm not taking chances. I think I still have to go like 2 or 3 more rows. Now this, oh, actually they are long enough. Yay. This irritates me. Now I have this much wool left. It's maybe a few grams, but what do I do with it? Why couldn't I just knit it up till there's nothing left? But that, again, anyway. So I want to show you in the last few weeks, I've finished a few things. So I've done some of my fleece that I'm busy with, and I've spun up some, not a lot, I think it's like maybe, I think it's about 50 grams. Yeah, I think it's about 50 grams. And look at all Sinatra's hair in here. Oh, that's why Sinatra's hair in here. Then I brush Sinatra, and then I spin his wool. Sinatra's my husky. Now, some people find it quite icky, but look at this. I mean, it doesn't smell like dog. If you wash it, it's fine. It's very fluffy. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Maybe I'll knit a blanket, but the blanket will be losing hair all the time. This one I spun a bit tighter, you can see. So it's spun a bit tighter. So it's not as fluffy as this one. But I will have to spin it, actually I will have to make sure that I spin like this and not like this. But I just think this could make quite a nice blanket. But I see it's been, it looks like it's fleecing. Oh, anyway. And then I spun up some alpaca wool. This is about 200 grams. And I'm thinking of doing a hat for a friend of mine's husband. Look how pretty that is. So this is the natural color of the alpaca. Now I spun this quite loose because I like the softness of it. So yeah, I've been doing that. Just washing. Actually, I've spun this up a while ago, but I've been washing them and putting them into skeins. I don't have a niddy noddy. A niddy noddy is the thing that you actually do these skeins. I just roll them up on my table. I put my spinning wheel next to my table and then I just roll it up. Oh, I've got hair everywhere now. Let me just see if I can get some of it away. Oh, Sinatra's hair. Oh. Anyway, so, and then I just roll it up. And I love spinning, like I said before. So, but I still don't know what I'm going to do with this. Does anybody want some husky hair? These two are going begging. I will send it to you. If you contact me and you can use it, I'll send it to you. Yes, I'll send it to you. Cool. Contact me if you want some husky hair. Husky yarn. Husky yarn. You can see it properly. I think it's about 100 grams. Maybe 200 grams. I don't know how the meterage. I don't measure meterage. So anyway, now the next thing I want to show you. I believe in using stuff. So my house is full of little things like I showed you. No, I didn't show you last time. But anyway, like there is like this old Coca-Cola bottles. You know, you had those small little Coca-Cola bottles. So I have the crates that those bottles would come in. And I've had a friend made some compartment dividers, and I use it for my big cones for sewing. And I've got a printer tray with my smaller cones for sewing. I'll show you next time. But anyway, I have this little silver tea set. Now at the sea, everything rusts and everything gets tarnished. So this poor thing was standing on somebody's cupboard, the top, and it got tarnished. So you can't use it really. So I've decided it is perfect for all my pick and picks and small little scissors, because they used to be packed away and I couldn't find them, and like my tweezers and that type of thing. So I've got my small little scissors in there and my quick and picks, because you need them, and they're all nicely in the sugared bowl and I can see them. So then I found, okay, I've got that now. Now what do I do with this one? So the teapot had the same problem. So what I did is I put the brushes in there that I clean my computer, my sewing machines with. Nail files. You always need nail files when you're sewing. Sometimes the point of your needle gets, let me find a needle here quickly. Oh, there's one. So the point of your needle sometimes hook and then it's not smooth. Yeah, this one is like that. And then when you sew certain materials, it actually pulls the material. So what you do is you take your fine file, you hold your finger to your needle like that, and then you just file that point, and you turn the needle as you file. And it takes away that little kink. Now, it doesn't make it perfect, but it makes it so that you can actually still use it. Maybe not on chiffon, but you still be able to use it on other things. So, keep a nail file. The other reason why I keep nail files is because my nails are sometimes not smooth and then they hook on the material, and that's a big no-no. You can't have that. And also, I've got quite hard hands. It's my mom's hands. My dad has these soft baby hands. My sister's got his hands, but I've got my mom's hands. It's hard. So if you look here, it's like little ridges and they get really rough sometimes. Nail file. You just file your fingers. So I suggest sometimes not filing my nails. Yeah, I would have filed my nails, but filing my fingers so the stuff that's hooking on everything can get away. Yeah, so anyway, you need your nail files. And then these are chopsticks. Very important to have. You know when you do like a tube and you want to turn it around? This is awesome. So you sew the tube close, then you push it into that point, and then you push it through, and then the whole thing turns inside, the right side around, and then you just push it out. The other thing is if you do a collar and you want that corners to be perfect, you take that point, which is not too sharp so it won't go through the material, and you push it into the corner and it makes the corners nice. And then I have like a little sewing machine embroidery wheel, embroidery thingy here. Oh, and this elastic is a bit sad. I need to get another one, I think. Oh, I need to get another one. I'll just have to find Bunny now and order one. But I think this was actually like a normal elastic. I don't know. I'll have to go and check. So anyway, I like to use this when I do small little projects here. But I think it's pretty, no, it's not going to fit that way. So, look at that. That is my teapot. Isn't it gorgeous? And I love using it here because it just looks so nice. So, I said to you, I want to show you this project. Now, long ago, long ago, 4 episodes back, I told you about all the knitting I used to do. Now, this is one of the only knitting projects I still have left. I did this when I was living in Germany, 94, yes, 94. And I was quite inspired by the Inca stuff. Now, in that 94, it was quite, fashion was long jerseys and color and all of those things. So I knitted this jersey up with wool that I found there in the lady I was working for. Her mum died and she gave me a lot of wool. So I inherited all the wool. So there you can see I ran out of wool, so I had to add something else. But I was quite chuffed with this, and I still wear this jersey. I love it, actually. So that's the front, and that's the back. And I want to redo the neck, because this wool is driving me insane. I still have some of my sister's wool left over that I knitted her jersey with, so I'm thinking when I redo the neck, or just the part around my neck here, maybe. I don't know. I need to see what I'm going to do. But it's really driving me insane. The other option, I know, but I made it smaller. I don't know. Maybe to knit with the other wool and to fold it so it goes. I don't know. I'll see what I do with that. So that's one of my old projects, but I still love it. So I was promising you to show you what's in here. Now my friend, the one who gave me this bag, she turned 60 2 years ago. So for her 60th birthday, I said I would knit her a jersey, because she's one of those people who's got everything. And what do you give somebody who's got everything? So I started the jersey. It's just in a plain acrylic wool, actually yarn. I always forget. Because like I said to you before, South Africa, we call everything wool that you knit with. So it's just pure gold baby ply. Who's making this? I can't remember who makes this. It's quite big. 4-ply knitting, cartel, low pile, almost 388 meters, and it's 100 grams. Yeah, but they don't tell me. Manufactured by Sapritex. Okay. Oh, it's here in East London, where I live. Okay. So, baby 4-ply. Because it's nice and light and it washes easily. Because most South Africans don't really know how to wash wool. So you'd give them stuff that they can't mess up and can't felt. So I started knitting her a jersey with cables. I love knitting cables. One day I'm going to knit myself one. Every one I've ever knitted, and I've knitted a few, have gone to other people. So I finished the front in time for her 60th birthday, but then something happened and I didn't get done. And then for her 63rd birthday, I got to this point of the back, or 62nd birthday. And now I actually need to get my behind into gear and start knitting so that I can finish this before her 63rd birthday, which is in January next year. So this is my aim, is to finish this jersey by January next year. But now I've got such a nice project bag, I think I might be inspired to actually sit and knit. I just find time to sit and knit. That's my big problem, just sitting and knitting. One day I'm going to get it right. So anyway, yeah, that's some of my projects. So for this week, I have to finish mother of a bride's, no, it's not a mother of a bride's dress, it's just for a wedding, but it's quite an intricate dress. So it's one of those, if you see on my Instagram, oh yes, you can follow me on Instagram at Aknitak Create, or at Aknitak Katinka, or at Pinky Cat. Pinky Cat is the black and white cat. She's got her own account because she's got such a personality, she needs her own account. And all the other cats makes appearances, and the dogs, sometimes she deigns to have them up there as well. So anyway, so Pinky Cat is more about the cats. And sometimes she lies on my knitting, so then you will see her as well. But the other two, the Agnita Creations, is actually about what I'm doing, my sewing and stuff for my business. And Agnita Katinka is just my personal account, but it's open, so go and check there if you want to see some stuff. So anyway, why was I saying that? I can't remember. Oh my gosh, I hate it when this happens. Oh, projects. So anyway, there was a dress on Agnita Create where it's like, it was first in like a peachy color and next it was in a green color, mother of a bride's dress. So I need to remake that dress. And that specific dress actually has 27 pieces, small little pieces. And then you have like the bottom part, the lining part, and you have like the top part, and the top part and the bottom part is two different directions and everything. And you have to gather the top part to the bottom part because that gives you the drape of the dress. So it's really a mission. And I was supposed to start with it today, but to tell you the truth, I need to have my head right. And with all the chaos the last few weeks, my head's not completely there. I need to sort it out because I don't have much time to finish it. But when I start, I can actually finish it quite quickly. It's just to get going. So that is my mission this week, is to finish that dress. And then there behind me, there's a heap of alterations. I hate alterations. It's nice because it brings in money for the business, but I really don't like doing it. But you know what? You have nice things you do, and you have not so nice things to do. And you do it all to the best of your ability. So that's life. Sometimes you have to do stuff that you don't feel like. So, for me, it's alterations. So anyway, that needs to be done this week. And then, I also need to sort out all the grant stuff for my students. So this week's also going to be extremely busy. And then next week, okay, so not this coming week is now 17th. My friend's coming back from Norway, so I'm going to spend some time with her before she goes on. She's a physiotherapist in one of the rural areas. She's a volunteer there. She's actually so awesome. Because you know what, with what's going on in the country and stuff, the medical system is not always that great, the national medical system. So for a lot of places like these rural areas, the only physiotherapists or occupational therapists they would have is volunteers. And she's been volunteering at this one place, quite in the bundes, like hill up, hill down, and there is a hospital. But there's a lot of people that she's the only physiotherapist they will ever see. Because the government has been quite slack. There would be a post available, but they won't fill the post. And so it's sad because there's lots of people who had like strokes or CP or things like that, and there's nobody to actually help them to rehabilitate after things like that. So it's been quite a mission for her. She's from Norway. She's been volunteering for the last 4 years, and she's doing an amazing job just sorting out wheelchairs and seating people for the wheelchairs, because there's lots of people who actually need wheelchairs, and you have to apply for it, and to get that process going is a mission. And she has been just such a trooper and just trooping on, doing the work. So I'm so excited to see her. She's been in Norway for the summer with her family, and she's coming back on Thursday night. So Thursday night we will spend some time together, and on Friday she will go back to work, drive back. It's like quite far. It's in the Transkei, so it's quite far. She has to go. And what else is going on? Oh yeah, and the week after that, by that Thursday night, I'm out of here. I'm going to my friend's wedding. Yeah, so I'm quite excited about that as well. I'm going to try to do another recording before I go, but it might be that for 3 weeks I will just be a bit quiet, which is also fine. I mean, it's not like this needs to happen or must happen. I just like to keep a steady flow of things. If I start something, I like to keep going on it, but if it's not possible, then it's not possible. So I might put another one up next week, and I might do some vlogging while I'm vlogging. It's such a cool word. While I'm overseas, and I might not. We'll have to see. It was so nice chatting to you guys, all 6 of you. Thank you for following me. I really appreciate it. I sometimes just giggle to myself because it's like I don't know why people actually watch and listen, but it's fine. Oh, and I didn't show you my bubbles. Bubbles, bubbles, bubbles. Bubbles. Here's my bubbles. Look at him. He's snoozing next to me on the chair. Oh, he's such a big baby. Yes, oh, you're the most gorgeous boy. So anyway, this sweet little thing has been snoozing next to me while I'm working here. And he is such a sweet thing. So he's my cuddleback. And then there is Lynx, who's snoring in the bedroom. So cute. Oh man, she's sweet. She's this little big fat black cat. Big fat black cat. And she snores. And she snores quite loud. She actually wakes me up sometimes. And then Pinky is here somewhere. I think she's on the chair behind me, sleeping there. She's such an independent munchkin. But she just loves people. She follows me everywhere. And when I'm outside, she's on my shoulder. And there she hangs the whole time. So they each have their own personality. Sinatra, this little afternoon snooze with me earlier. He's the husky. And Malish has been telling me since this morning she didn't have breakfast. Oh, Shan, do you want to go back to your chair? Okay, there you go. So what Malish does, she's the golden retriever. She sits there and she goes, oh, whoa, whoa. And then she says, I actually didn't have breakfast. But I think she's got short-term memory loss. So we'll have to look at that. I think I need to give her some more green smoothies. Yeah, so anyway, I hope you guys have a lovely week. And I am going to just sit here and finish these socks. If I finish them, I'm hoping to finish them today. I will put a photo at the end of this. Have a wonderful week and be blessed. And I'll see you soon.